Alright, so welcome to the official review of a mower that needs no introduction, the 30-inch Toro Timemaster. I've been using this mower now for 3 seasons. It's a 2016 model. I've had plenty of time to use it, get used to it, kind of form some opinions of my own, and so I wanted to share those with you today and give you an official 3-year review of my Toro Timemaster. So when Toro first brought this bad boy to market, one of the things that was the largest complaint for a lot of buyers is that it had a 190cc engine that was on the mower, and the main complaint with that is that it was underpowered for mulching thick, kind of wet grass, especially in the spring. And so Toro took that under consideration, and they actually went with a 223cc Briggs & Stratton engine with 10 foot-pound of torque. Now, I've never used the 190cc version of this. I've only used the 223cc, and I've never had any issues cutting through thick fescue grass, heavy leaves, things of that nature. I've never had any issues with it. I think it's a really strong motor, and it powers this engine really well. So with all that power, obviously you've got a heavy mower here. This mower is 130 pounds out of the box. When you add a 50-pound striping kit onto that, you're getting close to 180 pounds just with all of this standard equipment. Add a heavy bag full of grass on the back of it, and you're getting close to 200 pounds at that point. The thing I like about the Timemaster, and this goes for all the Toro products really, is when you're mowing, is the personal pace system is a really nice feature to have, especially with a heavy mower like this. It actually moves and feels a lot like a much smaller and lighter mower, but it's a really heavy piece of equipment that actually handles really, really well. Most of the homeowner version of the Toro models come with this feature. Some of the lower end ones you can opt not to get the personal pace, but I really do like it. And another thing that is nice about the Timemaster, because it's so big, you get this additional handle here that's made for maneuvering around corners. It makes it a lot easier to actually turn the mower on a dime if you really need to. Another really nice feature about the Timemaster is the blade stop function. If you're mulching and you're using the blade quite a bit, you're going to be dumping the bag out all the time, and you don't always want to have to re-pull the coil every time you want to start the mower. So even with the engine running, the blade stop will allow you to go down and get the bag without worrying about being in danger of being close to the blades and get on with finishing the job. Speaking of the bag, it is huge and it's really well made. It's really sturdy and high quality. This thing can fit a ton of clippings or leaves. I actually really like to bag at certain points of the year, and so this is a feature that I really like about the Timemaster, is that it holds a whole lot of clippings, especially if you're mowing a big lawn. Now, I know there's a lot of people out there that like to side discharge, so you do get a side discharge chute with the Timemaster, and it's simply as easy as picking up the flap and locking it in. Very simple. Now, if you're going to side discharge, one thing that you have to do is you have to put the mulch plug in the mower. And I think this is one of the things that is a kind of a downside for me, because a lot of the Toro models have a handle that you move, and it moves a flap up and down that can either let you mulch or can let you bag with just by pushing down a lever. The mulch plug on the Timemaster sometimes gets stuck down in the chute, which can get annoying. I kind of wish the Timemaster had a feature, more homeowner-friendly feature, where it had a flap that would come up and down. For now, this mulching plug is really the only option. Another common complaint with Timemaster owners is the amount of grass that gets clogged up on the underside of the deck, and I can say that that is actually a valid complaint. It's not a huge problem for me. If you're someone that takes care of your equipment and regularly cleans out the bottom of the deck, you're not going to have much of a problem with it. If you let grass clippings accumulate under the deck without cleaning it, that's when it's going to cause a big issue for you. And it's actually not very good for your mower either. It's really hard on the engine, it makes the blades out of balance, and you're going to wear your machine out a lot faster. The Timemaster also comes with the 15.5 inch, they're actually 15.4 inch, dual blade system. And I find this to give me a really good quality cut. These are high lift blades, so if you're mulching, they will actually pull the grass blades up into the top of the deck, and the blades up here will actually cut the grass clippings multiple times, turning them into a really fine grass blade that you really don't see. Even when you're mulching, you still get a really high quality cut. One of the other really common complaints about the Toro Timemaster is the amount of gas that it uses. The gas tank will hold about 1/3 of a gallon of gas and get you about an hour's worth of runtime. I have found in my situation that I can get the Timemaster to run a little bit more than an hour. I can usually cut my yard twice on a single tank of gas, which is actually pretty good for a mower that weighs 130 pounds out of the box, and you can move it at about 4.5 miles an hour. Now, there's a couple of factors that are going to play into that, how much fuel consumption you're using. If you're mulching your grass and you have thick grass that's overgrown, of course, that's going to cause the mower to work a little bit harder and you're going to use a lot more fuel. If you're bagging your clippings, then of course you're going to be going to a different part of the lawn to dump clippings, and the engine's going to be running, and then you're going to be going back and forth several times. So there's really a couple of different variables that play into that. Overall, fuel consumption was pretty good for me on this machine. My overall opinion on the Toro Timemaster is that it is a really great machine. It does indeed save you time, so it does work as advertised. It also provides a really high quality cut, which is one thing that I don't think it gets a lot of credit for, is how well this thing actually cuts. Now, with 3 years of use, and that's extensive use, mowing 2 and 3 times a week in the spring and the summer, I do have a little bit of rust that is built up in some areas on the mower deck. Really, that's not really hindering the performance of the mower. It's just a cosmetic thing. It really doesn't matter to me all that much. I am a lot of times bagging and running a striping kit on here, so I'm running this mower up to almost 180, 190 pounds, and the personal pace is buttery smooth. It doesn't matter if I'm running it without the bag or without the striping kit. It's a nice leisurely mow that I think a lot of homeowners are looking for, especially if you're looking to save time. Toro Timemaster is definitely going to do that for you. And if you're looking for a mower that has a really good quality cut, something like a Super Recycler or a Honda HRX, the Toro Timemaster is right there in that category with all those mowers that give you a really good cut quality. The one downside to the mower is it is expensive. This model will run you about $1,100 if you bought it from a local dealer or Home Depot. The good thing about that is when you do buy Toro equipment, is you get a 3-year homeowner warranty on this. I had some issues from the fuel line. I actually bought this mower secondhand, and the original owner had left some gas in the carburetor, and it sat outside for some time, so it gummed up the carburetor. I took this mower to my local Toro dealer, and Toro fixed all of the problems with the carburetor, the fuel line, the fuel filter, everything, no charge, no questions asked. So that was kind of really my segue into being a big supporter of the Toro brand, and I haven't had any issues with this mower since. So if you're debating on buying a Toro Timemaster model, whether it's a new model or a second-hand version from somebody that they may be selling it online, I would highly recommend someone to consider this mower if you have a large lawn and you want to save a little bit of time, but you still want to push and get exercise. It's a great mower for that. Personally, if you have a smaller lawn and you're considering it, I don't think it's out of the category for you just yet, because the 30-inch stripes that this thing makes are really nice, that look good on smaller lawns. Thanks again for sticking around and watching my review on the Toro Timemaster. This is a sort of a 3-year review for me and my use case for the mower. If you have any comments or questions, make sure to drop those in the comments section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.